To what do we owe this great honor where Sir Tbo Touch decides to descend upon the airwaves? What's going on?
Wow, a lot is going on. First of all, I'm up.
Oh, you in the morning? You up this early?
Yes. Secondly, it's my first ever radio interview outside where I work.
Yes, this is the thing. Ever since he started being on radio, he's never been anywhere but Metro FM. 947 is the new one.
Yes. Like, seriously, it's.
Woo. So you've never seen another radio studio besides the one you're in? What do you think?
I think. Look, I'm gonna bring our designers along next time when I come out. Good job, guys. You did a great job.
Thank you.
This looks incredible. Wow.
Listen. Speaking of Metro FM, because you went back to Metro, and naturally we see that you're back because those numbers look like they do, right? You know. Yeah. But when you left the first time, do you think that your resignation letter from the first time around is still the most gangster thing to ever grace any HR office? This is how he resigned.
This is wild.
Please accept this letter as my formal resignation from Metro FM after 11 years of professional radio and a great journey. Bloody, bloody, blah. I pride myself to be counted amongst a great team of broadcasters that has graced this corporation. Bloody, bloody, blah. Sincerely, your boy.
Your boy.
Sincerely, your boy.
I had to, because there was no bad blood between myself and the station. It was just misunderstanding at the time, and you don't cut the umbilical cord, especially when you understand the value of life. Our net worth is in the relationship we keep with people. So I was not bitter. I was in a good space. I was like, okay, you don't see life my way, and we don't see each other. I mean, it was a good resignation. I think till this day, sincerely your boy. It trended for 2 days that time.
Literally,
I remember
on
that.
Twitter, it was sincerely because no one could believe that you wrote that in a resignation letter. But I mean, you leave, and then you've got other business ventures. Is there a point where you regret resigning?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's important sometimes when you demonstrate your value. It's not through lip service, but history has to qualify. Because I did make them aware, like, listen, guys, I'm about to leave, and I'm leaving a Kimberly hole behind. And I was told it's cold out there, and you won't make it. And this is the sad reality with talented people. We always threaten that, where you are, this is the best thing that's ever happened in your life.
This is the best you're ever gonna be.
It's the best you're ever gonna be. So a month later, I bought an S65 AMG, took the family to Barcelona, the Copa del Rey. Bought an apartment. I mean, we did some stuff.
I did okay.
I presume you had some cash to get rid of, because it just sounds like you spent a lot of money very quickly.
No. I felt like, okay, listen, I'm gonna be the first one to tell everybody that there's life outside what people seem to reinforce as your only place to dream or think. My dreams is not locked into a specific location or address. My talent can quadruple anywhere God plants it, and I'm that person.
And that's the thing. There always seems to be some sort of I don't want to call it a hustle, because hustle sounds like I'm cheapening it, but you always have some sort of venture happening.
It's all vision.
And it's yes, you're quite the visionary. Would you call yourself that?
I was born in a very unconventional family where we were taught, like, my grandfather and my grandmother are my biggest role model for life. I thought I was rich when we were growing up, but I realized, actually we were not even close. Growing up in Sharpeville, one of the best gifts I was given from my childhood, primary school, was to always dream big. I hosted the biggest concerts in primary school. I hosted the biggest shows. Actually, Bongani Bingwa was my deputy head boy.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was a junior. I just started grade 8, and I was doing these concerts in school. Like, who's this guy? So I am climatized to caking in wherever I am. I had to. It's just untabo not to be successful.
Untabo.
Yeah.
Okay. But now here's the thing. I think there's two types of people in the world, right? There is the one side who are very apprehensive and scared when it comes to making huge financial plays.
Yeah.
And then there's the other side who believe that if you owe the bank 1 billion, it is now you and the bank's problem. You know those people where they're like, don't owe the bank 1 million. If you owe the bank 1 million, it's your problem. But if you owe the bank 1 billion, then it's you and the bank's problem. It is in the best interest of you and the bank to make this money happen.
That's how it works.
So you on the other side, teach me how to get there.
Yo, ask the guys right next door. You right next to the IDC. These guys next door. I started a business, Touch HD. I was like, when they first come to you, they look at your books, your financial statements, they look at how you ran prior. They don't help startups. So I I demonstrated 17 million already in the investment, and they said, we'll match whatever you invested. They didn't match it, though. They gave me close to half of it, and it's obviously at that time it was too early to go into online radio. Podcasts were still at their infancy. But the beauty about that whole process, they taught me how to manage my finances from a point of, if anybody comes and invest, they have to say, you call yourself the best. How much are you willing to invest in yourself for us to believe in you?
Right.
And we have a lot of people who wants to be trusted and invested, and everybody must believe in their idea. But are you prepared? If you left this radio station right now, how much money would you put on your name? And I did exactly that. I put 32 million on Tbo Touch. So when IDC came, they said, okay, we're going to give you the money. And
how much did they put in?
They gave me about 11 bar.
Okay.
And they said invested in upgrading your studios.
Jeez.
I was like, I'm not gonna upgrade my studios. I had the best studios in the world, right corner like Santon. I had the panoramic view of Santon. Why? I wanted people when they come into my space to understand when I say I bet on this horse called Touch, I'm prepared to put my life into it. So when you bring me into your space, you already know how to treat me because you've been into my space and you see how I treat myself. I put everything behind my brand, and I still do till this day. So we have an amazing relationship. I called him the other day. I said, I've got a new idea.
I got another idea.
I got another idea. And this time it looks like 200.
Remember that 11 million that I still owe you? Scratch that.
Yeah. Let's forget about that one. But the beauty about it, you have to pay it back. It's not a grant. It's a bank loan. And that's what you do. And I feel that beauty about that is you have now some form of reference to say, if we borrow this person money, he can pay it back. You have to demonstrate that. And that's how everyone in this world, in this industry, anybody with a handle, if you think you are all that, put money on your name. Let's see you. Yeah, like all of us sounds like superstars in our head until you know, okay, 10, 20 mil has gone down this name. And that's how much I believed in the Touch brand and anybody that buys into it.
Do you think you were originally very talented as a broadcaster? It's just that people had to get used to you and, the accent and the bravado and the abrasiveness? Or do you think that when you started, you weren't really all that good, but because you stuck at it, you became one of the top 5 broadcasters in the country?
I gave my first moving speech at the age of 4 in church.
Okay.
We recorded it and they kept on playing it when I was a teenager on my birthday, and I don't like it. All days VHS. So the fact that I grew up every Sunday in front of an audience as a third generation of a spiritual royalty in my family, church teaches you how to address an audience. Now, the one that you have to imagine, like radio being theater of the mind, it's another ball game. So the fact that I took in public speaking, I did impromptu speaking, I never knew it will land me here. But I'm from a family of broadcasters. You guys forget, like one of the greatest CEO SABC has ever produced is my uncle, Phil Molefe. Come on.
Wow.
Yes. I'm sorry. I had to.
Is that how you
there.
got the first job?
I wish I did. I wish. I wanna thank. May his soul rest in peace, Mr. Peter Matlari, who was very bold. The board said, "This guy twangs. Who's gonna hear him?" And if you know Peter Matlari, we spoke the same. But he put a check on it. First broadcast 2003 live from New York. Never made sense. And with SABC being a parastatal, certain things have to be compliant and report to. But he took a bold move, and Mr. Leslie Nkloko, Leo Mane, they all bought into it. They're like, we like this guy. So I would like to believe part of it was an opportunity nurtured by natural talent.
Because I know this, because my guy never used to like you at all. And he'll say it. It's just like, I just didn't like him. And now I'll get into the car and I'll be like, oh, okay.
Is this where we are?
Is this where we are now?
That's how the best relationships are. They don't start off well. They start off, I can't stand this guy. So, oh my God, I love this guy. He's incredible. Yeah. And I never campaigned to be liked. I think the fact that I remain consistent in my lane and say, this is who I am, you're either going to walk away or stay, it makes people appreciate your uniqueness, what you bring onto the table.
But you have to dilute that a bit when it comes to then being a businessman who's selling properties. I mean, you're at Touch Mansions now. There's no ways you're trying to sell me a mansion for 50 million. You're busy telling me, you gonna like me, you won't like me, whether you like me or not.
No. I have to make a switch. After this, at 10:30, I have a presentation to make to potentially a client who's taking over a building. So, yes, you don't bring Tbo Touch, the horns in there. Well, the horns will help, but you bring a different demeanor into that space. Thank you. Oh, that's how so the rule in the company, when we sell a house, we play a horn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I just put up my house the other day in 4 ways. And somebody was like, why real estate? I said, I bet on myself. I bet on myself so much, I'll sell my own house. And these are decisions I had to make. I had to prove first that I drink my own medicine before I prescribe it to anybody.
So you're selling your own, is it a household?
Yeah. My house is on the market. Check
the
on
one
the
in
website.
Dainfern.
The one in Dainfern, yes, it's on the market. So I put it a bit pricey because I left my furniture there. So if you really,
okay,
yeah,
because I've seen so much of that house. I mean, I feel like I would feel at home walking in.
Okay, please.
How many bedrooms?
It's a 4-bedroom. I converted one into a study.
Okay.
But depending on the size of the family, it's a 4-bedroom house, 3 bathrooms, and the flooring, I just refurbished it recently. So I'm proud to say that whoever walks in there is walking into a home this guy lived in.
Touch Mansions, by the way. Yes. Touch Mansions on Instagram. I was one of your first followers.
Yes,
I see you've got
Frankie,
like 16.4. Really? Yeah.
Wow.
But you know what I dig about it? Because obviously the word is Touch Mansions. So immediately you're going, stuff I'm not going to be able to afford, right?
Yeah.
And there are things that are way out of majority of people's price ranges.
True.
But what I dig is you've got stuff where it's like, this is your first one.
Yes.
This is where you're going to start.
Yeah.
And then by give us 10 years, you'll be in one of the
100%. I'm very intentional with my brand. I am not apologetic about who I'm after. So I use the word mansions to make sure those who don't resonate with premium and opulence, you're not my market. When I put out my wine the first time with my man, Mike Ratliff, who's amazing in making wine, by the way, his Villa Fonte is incredible. We put our first bottle out. It was 3,000 rands on the market. And people are like, who's this guy? We moved the whole lot. It got sold. We have to be intentional with who we're talking to, who our market is. And people will say, but the economy right now does not allow. No, you don't deteriorate or compromise the brand because of circumstances. There's always a customer for premium out there. Everything I do. I've got an event, the replenishment concert. Tickets are not cheap. It's the most expensive gospel experience. Because I'm giving you premium. I'm landing the world-renowned Bishop Noel Jones. On top of that, I got 2 big surprises. I try to do things and prove that there is always an audience for premium experiences.
You want to choke on greatness.
You understand? Thank you. Oh, I'm going to use that.
I'm a choke.
Yes.
I'm a choke.
I'm choking.
I'm choking on greatness, baby.
I remember telling this Uber guy, I said to him, brah, please do me a favor. Downgrade. Don't be a black. If I get into an accident, you're going to be famous for lying with the condition of this car. I can't be in the position where there are no airbags and whatever I'm moving. So and that's what you mean about choking greatness. I like that.
I taught Tbo Touch something.
I was going to say, this is his new phrase. There
is a term called fear of group photos, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever admitted this, but every time we take a group photo and there's just like people there and we're all in the same industry and all working at the same thing. You take this photo, and every time somebody goes click, I think to myself, oh my word, in 30 years' time, this picture is going to be in the New York Times, and what will be the narrative about it? Who in this group photo?
What's going to happen to each person?
Will the story be about?
Yeah. I like that.
So when you take these group photos with these really big people, like you taking with Mayweather, with Puff Daddy, with Jay-Z, you with Beyonce, you with Rihanna at a Nivea, event. Now, when you take these photos, do you take it and think to yourself, it's okay, Rihanna, you're the bigger person in this photo, but I give you 20 years and I'm going to be on par with you?
Gee, 20 is a long time. I mean, a lot of things have evolved with the power of resources and tools at our disposal. Yes, it's true. This picture, you will one day say, oh, we ended up in the same league. But I see everybody as my colleague. I'm at a point in my life, everybody in what I do in entertainment, they're my colleagues. Floyd came in here. We had an experience at the convention center. He's like, yo, I'm going out to this club, man. Let's go. I was like, nah, they didn't pay me.
They paid you.
They paid you. I wouldn't be that guy 5 years ago. I wouldn't see life that way. I valued myself by who I gravitate towards or who I have in my circle. I'm no longer that guy. I'm name dropping Touch now. That's where we are.
Right.
And I expect to walk into a room and I don't sell. I'm at a point where I told the sales team at SABC, I said, stop selling me. Just get in the room and watch the market buy in. Like, there are brands that are sold and there are brands that are bought. 20 years in this business and you're still selling? No.
So in 20 years, you shouldn't be selling. They should be chasing you to buy.
Oh, right now, I feel like it's a matter of time and chance because you can't plant this long. You can't sow so much and reap less. So for me, it's inevitable. We will be mentioned amongst the greatest. Wall Street will know about us. The London Stock Exchange. There are things that we do right now that are planting towards that narrative. And we've put enough into our own gift for the universe to manifest.
That's a horn right there.
Wow.
And that, friends, was today's sermon.
I was about to say.
Anele and the club
on 947.